Hello everybody, my name is Wade and this is my co-host Dan, and this is the first episode of our new racing show called Winning Easy. We will be trying to find you as many winners as possible. It'll be a bit of a different show to the normal ones you see on the mainstream TV, but we'll be talking everything about racing. It's our passion. We'll be trying to find you plenty of winners, talking about hot topics, racing news, the week stories, and we'll be grilling some people. Definitely. With my co-host Dan, if you got anything to say, bro?
Just trying to provide something a bit different for the viewers out there, bit of form, bit of a laugh, and hope you enjoy it. So
definitely a laugh along the way. It's important to have fun, is what you do.
Exactly.
And it's very important that.
Don't take it too serious.
That's for sure. That's not who we are. The first thing of the day, we'll talk some racing news, and some of the racing news. Obviously, it's a great time to start this show, heading into the Spring Carnival. It's the best time of year for racing, and obviously Caulfield Guineas Day this week, 4 Group 1s, doesn't get much better than that. So some of the news today, we have Huey's been suspended.
Huey, he's been riding up a storm lately, but
you got an 8-meeting suspension for the elbow incident on the corner there, where a lot of punters would have thought Winks was in trouble.
Well, I think it was probably just really because I think they were playing a bit of mind games, and Huey said, "You can't keep me in here."
No.
He's got a salute for the punters,
that's right.
Lucky for us, giddy up. Winks, he gets out and storms home, and
that's definitely right. He had all the punters, but he does miss Caulfield Cup Day. He misses the ride on a trip to Paris, and he also misses the ride on Terra Vista and the Manikato the following Friday night. Yeah. So that's
plenty of the boys will be lining up for that ride.
Apparently, I think James McDonald's in the running. So, like I said there, the phone would have been ringing hot for Joe Price, for sure.
Definitely, yeah.
Some other racing news today. Just a lot about the mainly the Group 1 racing this weekend. A lot of people confident with their chances, as you'd have to be.
Yeah. Also starting to peak, and
they're
getting ready for the big dance.
Definitely. You really you really want to be fine this time of year. Obviously, the few replacement riders this week with Blake Shin hopping on contributor, with McDonald getting suspended last week. And that's a interesting choice because he's hopped off Pornichet there.
Pornichet looks the main speed in that race. So
for him to hop off that is interesting.
Yeah, plenty of confidence though from the stable. I was reading earlier on in the week that they think contributor ran really well. He just peaked late, just condition blew out, but made a dash at them and kind of just ran out of puff. Yeah, a bit like myself if I was in the race, ran out of puff late. But
definitely,
he's improved from the run. So
me too these days, that's for sure. Well, that's pretty much all the racing news going around today. But the big one was obviously Huey getting the 8-metre suspension. So he'll have a little break, and he'll be resumed after this week on Cox Plate Day, I'm pretty sure. So he's back. So one of our, first of all, we're going to have just a quick recap of last week's racing. Obviously, first time you're watching us, so obviously we'll be giving our tips every week, and then we can look back on the previous week's racing. But obviously we'll just run through a few races last week, and the main races obviously were Randwick last week, and we'll start with the Epsom. And Winks's race was just
wasn't she good?
Class above.
Like we say, that trying to play dirty with her, she's just too good.
Yeah, too good. She's got an amazing finish on her. And she was just too good, and class above.
One for the battlers too, Sons of John.
Yeah, that was a great story. Great story.
Probably getting sick of Chris Waller.
Yeah, great. I know a lot of people are. Yeah, that's for sure.
And in every race. That's another story.
Yeah, that's definitely true. But great effort for Sons of John there, and hopefully he's going to go to Melbourne now and keep. He's only second up there, so race by the Emirates on the last day of the carnival might be a nice race for him. The second Group 1 was the Flight Stakes, and the Super Filly Speak Fondly fought off a late challenge.
Great race, wasn't a good finish.
Great race, great
coming
finish.
From everywhere.
Great ride, Tommy, really helped her up the rise there. held it together,
Yeah.
and was got the best. Honestly, ran second, great run.
Yeah.
She looks just like the further they go, the better. And Oaks Campaign is on the track there.
Big powerful thing, yeah.
Run of Pearls was good, getting back in the field.
Good sectionals.
Perinot was a good run.
Yeah.
It was a really good competitive Group 1 fillies race. It was good to see. Then the third Group 1 of the day was the Metropolitan. Well, Magic Hurricane, he was never going to get beat in the run.
Great ride.
Gun ride.
J-Mac again.
Tipped off, capped off,
for the day.
I should say. Yeah, great day for Godolphin.
Yeah. Killed it.
And he's had the right on the wall for that win.
Yeah.
Peaked on the day.
Yeah.
Then has since got a penalty. I think a 2.5 kilo penalty. Hopefully we'll get him in the Caulfield Cup. I think as of the latest ballot he was 24 in the order of entry. Obviously a field of 18, 3 Mersey, so he needs a couple of drop out. But I think he definitely deserved a penalty, no doubt, for that dominant win last week. The stablemate ran a great race for second, Havana Cooler.
Yeah.
Ran a great race, and it to me looks like the further they go, the better he'll get. You know what I mean? Just the Magic Hurricane's turn of foot was just
just put the gap on him and pretty much
that really stood out.
Yeah.
Thought there was a couple of good runs behind there. I thought Opinion's run was alright, a lot better.
Yeah.
I had something on Chance to Dance, and to me it looks a very dour horse.
Yeah.
Wasn't in the original noms for the Cup, but it is now, I think, for a reason. And to me, obviously has a problem in trying to qualify, but it just looks like it's very one pace, but on the line it was going as good as anything.
Yep.
But it was a really good race on that. And early in the day, going back to race 4, Exofear. Well,
what a star.
what can you say, mate?
Yeah.
Like, that was track
of the future. Yeah. Just unbelievable. Let's fingers crossed for a clash against Chautauqua. That's what we all want.
Yeah,
so
we want that.
if you're out there, bring it on. That's what we want. We want to see the best against the best. We don't want to see you picking off these little easy races and win them by 7. We want the classic match races.
We want that taken on against the old horses in that last race, the Darley Classic, trying to win their own race. He'd have to be the hottest horse in the country, like the most valuable, what he'd be worth as a stallion at the moment, and obviously trying to get that Group 1 against the older horses would be vital.
He just makes it look easy. That Japanese one, she was often gone, and he just mowed her down in 3 shots. He's a freak, absolute freak.
The world's the limit really for him. Like, if he takes on these older horses, I'm sure Royal Ascot Campaign would be on the cards next year. If he could win a Group 1 over there, being a dual hemisphere stallion would just make his worth just through the roof. That's the key word there. And that's what Godolphin and Darley in are for, is to breeding and try and get these Group 1 stallions and win the Group 1s, and that's what he's done. We had Terra Vista, obviously the star sprinter, resumed the Premier Stakes. Good tough win. He wasn't wound up, nowhere near wound up, but he ran a great race. Class got him through. Rebel Dane, he's just running great again.
Flew home, great run again.
He's doing a really good job there, Gary Portelli. There's a couple of other honest runs behind it, but going forward, Terra Vista's the one that's going to take the most benefit.
Definitely, it's got the most improvement for sure.
We just can't wait to see, Buffering, Lincoln, Rupee, Chautauqua. Exofear.
Let's bring it on.
That is just a sensational, mouth-watering clash if it all comes together. That's for sure. The Craven Plate, great race between the stablemates, Complacent and Hiraki.
Two of the world's greatest in Moreira and MacDonald as well. It's good to see after the race give each other a pat on the back. Didn't know who won it, but they said we'd give it our all and waited for the photo. And the favourite kicked back on the line. He looked absolutely gone, but he's just found another gear and good tough win.
He's always been a horse. I know I have personally a big opinion as a 3-year-old, and then he done a tendon. It's a big effort to come back, but they've given him plenty of time and patience, which is a credit to them. And the facilities obviously Godolphin have are first class, so there's no need to rush him back, and he's repaying them. Hiraki, great run, really peaking now. I think currently he's actually, equal joint favourite for the Caulfield Cup, so whether that's just an overreaction I'm not sure, but it was a run that he's really I thought the only other good run I thought was Grant Marsh on the Cups campaign. I thought it was one of those typical, you know, just go back to last, hit the line run.
Just tick over run.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I'm sure he's got one race in mind, and that's obviously the first Tuesday in November. And he's just an out-and-out stayer, and he's really ticking on nicely for the Waller team. And just quickly, we'll go to the 2 2-year-old race. I know that you were very impressed with both winners.
Yeah, two very different horses. The Godolphin horse, she was very, very slow away. Sure the favourite punters were probably ripping up their tickets, got the confetti flying, but wow, she circled him, and geez, didn't she let down? But she just mowed him down, and very soft on the line as well. And the other one in the first, the Snowden's horse, geez, that's what you call professional. It
talking about Capitalist there.
Yeah, Capitalist, just box seat, and in the 1-1, and wow, it just didn't accelerate.
Yeah, I only saw the race the other day when Dan showed me the replays, and both, was ultra impressive. I think the first one, the boys, Capitalist, just a beautiful mover, and done it with ease. And the second one, the filly of Godolphins, like you said, just to be honest, had lengths on them. And Breeders' Plate, Jim Crack always consistently throwing up good horses. You know, you look at the Breeders' Plate last few years, you got Vancouver, you got Piero. You know, it's just that great race that tells in 6 months' time that these are serious horses, and I think we've found two that in 6 months' time, slipper time, going to be right in the race. So so that was a rundown around last week. Like I said, it was a great day, and well, for the punters, obviously we're not favourites, man. So you know, if we like a favourite, we'll back it, but we're not here to tip favourites. Like
odds on, move on. Odds on, move on.
That's definitely our minor more rule, and I think we follow. There's no value in that, but for the punters last week, 9 races, 9 favourites. The bookies were absolutely just.
Well, it's good to see the bookies copping it for once.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, like
go home and eat some noodles like the rest of us.
They do have. We do have. Plenty of good days, but. Jeez, you know, I mean, for the favourite backers, just back favourites, and love the shorties.
Yeah.
They were absolute rolling the cash last week, and you won't see a day like that too many times, that's for sure. So,
well, let's hope not, because otherwise we'll be broken on the streets.
Yeah, that's it. You know, that's for sure. So that's the recap done. So one segment we're going to have every week, and it depends on how much we think there is to talk about, but we're going to have some topics, our hot topics of the week, and whether they're good and bad. And for today, excuse me, I have 2 topics that I'd like to raise, and one is the weights in the Epsom and the Metropolitan Handicap last week. Now, in my words, they were a joke, and this is something, you know, we're very passionate. As you'll see, if you keep following us weekly, you'll see that passion we have for the better of the industry. Not just for our pockets, for everyone. Now, the key word they're called handicaps. Now, I don't know how a handicap can have 2 kilo from top to bottom in the Epsom.
Disgrace.
And 2.5 kilo in the Metropolitan from top to bottom. Now, that is just pretty much a set weights race, which means horses like Winx are pretty much unbeatable. Now, this thing of the weights having to be raised when the first noms don't accept, and all the weights having to be raised to a minimum of 58 and not rescaling the race is a joke. Like, it is a disgrace, and it's seriously something that a lot of people have raised. I know Gay has been very against it for years, and she's, you know, it's almost embarrassing, really. Well, it is. But you can't have that. You know, I mean, you just can't have a race with 2 kilos from top to bottom. Now, you know, like, just for instance here, and this is what I'm saying, now this is where handicaps is what makes Australian racing the best in the world. You know, our most famous race, the Melbourne Cup, is a handicap. And that's what the whole racing Australia is based on. Like, it's based on handicap racing, giving everyone a chance to win. You know, obviously weight for age races are the elite horses, and when you get to that level, it's a different story. But if you're running in a handicap, you want to be running in a handicap. And for instance, we have a look at the ratings, the official ratings. Hooked has a rating of 108. Now the bottom horse here, Pressing, has a rating of 83. Now that is 25 points difference. So on a scale, that's 12.5 kilos that horse should be conceding. Yet it was receiving 2 kilos of hook. It was receiving 1 kilo of Winks, who has a rating of 110. Which means it's impossible to win. So tell me, why would people bet? Like if you back Winks for $3 last week, even though we're not favourites, man, that was great odds.
Yeah.
Because it was just immoral not to get beat.
Yeah.
Obviously the minimum, you know, in these Group 1s are 52 kilos and stuff, and the top weight has to be 58, that's only a 6 kilo spread. In the Melbourne Cup it's a minimum of 50 to 58 scale, it's only 8 kilos. You look at the good old days when Superimposed was winning, 13, 14 kilos he was given the bottom weight. And did the stock him? No. And I think that's one of the issues we need to talk about, is that, you know, these so-called superstars of today, yeah, I wonder how they'd be able to handle a horse like Superimposed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I just you know, wonder. That's the first thing. So we need to honestly, really need to get this rule changed. Racing Australia needs to get together with the handicappers from all around Australia and change this, and change it quick before the next autumn.
Yeah.
You know, it's a fair dinkum joke, it's a disgrace, and it's about time that something's done about it. Well, we're going to take our first break for the day, and we'll be back after the previews and meetings.